are Beast of Nurgle, and it got past 6.2.2. I did my first video on this single entity a while ago, but it's very much time for another one. A few of the stats have changed, yes, but there's something more important that's happened in this patch's changes. To find out more, please like, subscribe, and... Kidding, not kidding. But let's start with the basics. Recruit for 800 gold equivalent and 200 upkeep on Ultra the Beast is 6,388 health on current patch. Armor is 50 with physical resistance of 20%. Given the resistance, this armor is decent. Leadership comes at a modest 60, speed 45, charge speed 65, melee attack begins at 42, and is poison and magical attack with each strike. Attack interval 3.7 is somewhat brisk, splash target size medium means Knights of the Realm on down, and max target splash of 5 is pretty generous, meaning it shares its damage liberally. Melee defense begins at 34, weapon strength is 320, split base 105, and armor piercing 215, charge bonus is 22, and mass is a hefty 3500. You're going to need an Ogren with a large hammer to knock this guy around. This counts as a siege attacker, has causes fear, has immunity to flanking, so that 60 leadership will go down a lot less in the mosh pit, but we're not done at all. First, the beast has old school regeneration, so it's healing in battle on its own with 20% fire weakness as a consequence. Cloud of Flies offers plus 9 melee defense when in actual melee combat, but the cooldown is the time it needs to be in melee combat for this to proc, if I remember correctly. Anyway, leave it in melee, it's harder to take down. That's good. Now, I want special attention placed on Slime Trail, which inflicts a debuff on enemies within its area effect, minus 10% speed, and minus 5 melee attack. Reducing enemy melee attack for an already good defensive faction is good. So what was that radius? Oh wait, it's only 50, actually it's 35 meters now. They just buffed it in this hotfix. Given how small 15 meters is, well, this is plus 133% to the previous radius, right? That's a big deal in various senses. Now, the Beast of Nurgle isn't simply good for point defense, it's doing quite a decent job at area effect debuffing the enemy. That was plenty reason enough to make this video. In the redline skills, 3 Piss of Filth Incarnate grants plus 6 melee defense and plus 12% weapon strength. At rank 7, Putrid Resistance would grant plus 5 melee attack, another plus 12% weapon strength, and 5% ward save for extra resilience. In the tech tree, these fall under War Beasts, so Fleshy Growths adds plus 10 armor and plus 4 melee attack, Overcoming Resistance adds plus 5 leadership and plus 4 melee defense, Ravenous Tadpoles adds plus 20% unit mass and plus 15% charge bonus for this non-flying beast, and Specimen Collection adds plus 1 recruit rank and plus 10 flat charge bonus, which is more impactful help in this case. So how do we use the Beast of Nurgle? I have to say this would make an interesting blocker unit for a real ranged faction since Nurgle has little that can function like that. Alliance play would be interesting. Anyway, the Beast of Nurgle has just enough stat heft, along with all that mass, to help with anti-single entity, anti-character work, but it's also just really strong for anchoring regular infantry. That just got a lot better with Slime Trail providing a passive defense boost to keep your comrades alive longer in a substantially wider area. The real superpower of the Beast of Nurgle is that it does these things at low cost, and by being a regeneration monster, it can look after itself to a much larger degree than many. Just don't let them get isolated, though with immunity to flanking, they might not break. I mean, don't isolate them unless you have a serious bombardment spell planned. Make them work with others and drag the enemy down to your level, because poison is going to do a lot of the work for you that Slime Trail didn't alone. As a decently armored magical attack monster, it has a matchup advantage against a lot of low-tier enemy forces. Just don't overestimate the damage it puts out. It's great as a supporting war beast, but expecting too much of it and you will be disappointed. At this price you can bring 2 or 3 without Grandfather being cross, so mob tactics are an option. I guess the upshot is that they're hard to mess up, though there is a cap on the offensive output they're giving you. Wail away with them and micro with other forces more in need of it. Take care and have fun being a multi-ton, more corporeal version of Slimer.